Hey, what's up, everybody? Real quick message before the video starts. Due to some unfortunate circumstances and something that I can't fix, YouTube is going to be shutting down this channel. So I started a new channel. I put the link in the description down below the video. If y'all could, roll over there, go subscribe. I'm going to start uploading videos to that channel in about 2 weeks. So we're going to keep rolling. We're not going to stop. We're not going to let YouTube shut us down. Thanks.
Recognized.
I thank the speaker, and I thank the gentleman for allowing me to speak on this issue today. It's an important issue. I remember my first town hall after I was elected to Congress. We had 1,000 people show up, many of them wearing resistance t-shirts, the radical left busing people in from actually California to protest my town hall. That was fine. That's what it's about. What wasn't fine was the ridiculous number of threats to me, my family, and my staff. And that's when I remembered from days in my legal practice my gratitude for the police who came and made sure that the crowd was protected, my staff was protected. They even placed two undercover police officers flanking my wife because she had been threatened as well. Thank you. Thank you to the men and women of law enforcement. I thank the police chiefs and the rank and file in Apache Junction and in Mesa and Chandler and Gilbert and Queen Creek and Maricopa County. Sheriff's a Democrat, but I think he does a pretty good job. Not like some of the other folks that I'll be talking about in just a minute. I thank the sheriffs and their departments and local law enforcement and the border communities in Yuma County, Cochise County, Pinal County, who are having to take up the slack because of what's going on the border, that the Biden administration is allowing people to just run rampant across our border. It's unbelievable. I thank them. They don't run away. They run toward to save us. They run toward the people who would harm us, and they provide the rule of law. And you can't have freedom if you don't have respect and rule of law. Now let's talk about the federal agencies for just a second. Story just came out last weekend that the bomber who put the bombs over at NRCC and DCCC on January 6th, those were inert bombs. Turns out the FBI has had surveillance and film of that person placing those inert bombs, had video of them moving around on the metro, moving on out to suburban DC area, getting into a car. They have the license plate of the car. They have the tracking. They have the credit card that paid for the metro that bomber used. When they went to try to investigate, leadership in the FBI halted that investigation. The Durham report has come out. And any objective analysis of that report, I urge you to read it. I've heard some of you talk about it. I'm not sure you read it. Any objective analysis will tell you that you had the DOJ and the FBI working with the Clinton campaign to create a false criminal allegation that we're still talking about the Russian hoax. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it is unbelievable. And as some have said, the DOJ and the FBI abandoned their standards from the start. They had no predicate for that investigation, and they knew it at the time. And I think we should hold them accountable. You want to keep funding them? Fine, you keep funding them. But you're going to have to reform them some way, somehow. And I, like my friend from Colorado, remembers the time that it was the Democrats who often called for civil liberties and the protection of civil liberties from the federal police apparatus, and that's where I am. We've now come to a point where we have to protect our citizens from our own federal police apparatus. I will also get into this notion of federalizing the police. You can't simply always throw federal grant money at the local law enforcement. They will tell you, we view, at least in Arizona, when I talk to our friends in policing there, they'll tell you, we take this money with trepidation because the feds always want to take over. They don't understand, and I will just tell you, we don't understand what Seattle, why would you come to Congress and say, you control policing in Seattle, you control it in Phoenix, or you control it in the town of Gilbert? Why would we turn that over to the feds? That is too much. And now I just want to share some comments that we've heard over the last couple of years from some of my colleagues across the aisle. From the gentleman from New York, Mr. Nadler, with reducing the NYPD budget, stating, quote, there should be substantial cuts to the police budget and a reallocation of those funds to where we need them, close quote. The minority leader, asked on CNN, expressed his openness to defunding the police when he said, you have to look at that on a case-by-case basis. Cori Bush, she was the vice chair of the crime subcommittee. She said, it's not a slogan. Defunding the police is not a slogan. She said, it's a mandate for keeping our people alive. Defund the police. When she was challenged about that, she further said, quote, defund the police is not the problem. She continues to always double down on that. The gentlelady from New York, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez, also said, this is what happens when leaders sign blank check after blank check to militarize the police, CBP, etc., while letting violence go unchecked. We need answers. We need to defund. And when New York decided to cut $1 billion from their police force, Representative Ocasio-Cortez thought the cuts did not go far enough, stating, defund the police means defunding the police. Representative Jamal Bowman, he said, we don't need police with lethal weapons carrying out routine traffic stops. Reallocate police funding to unarmed traffic forces to remove even the possibility of state-sanctioned manslaughter. Representative Jayapal said it is completely reasonable for us to shift significant resources from law enforcement and investing in people, close quote. Representative Ilhan Omar said, we need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department because here's the thing, there's a cancer. The Minneapolis Police Department is rotten to the root, and so when we dismantle, we get rid of that cancer. Representative Ayanna Pressley said the defund movement isn't new. Folks are just finally listening. Representative Tashida Tlaib said, when we say defund police, what we mean is people are dying and we need to invest in people's livelihoods instead. Yeah. So, don't tell me now that you can't vote for this resolution, which honors local police enforcement and condemns the defund police movement. Don't tell me that's idle rhetoric. That's real, that's sincere, and that ought to be what the position of this body is. And with that, Mr. Chairman, or Mr. Speaker, I'll yield back.
Hey, before you click on the next video, if y'all could do me a big favor and hit that like button. The algorithm loves it, and so do I, because it helps promote these videos and get the message out about what our government has been doing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because every time I put out a video, you want to know about it, right? Thanks again, and have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.